Oh my god, here we go, intro music, and here we go, yeah, being 8-bit homo, woo, yeah, Monster Cat, please approve my license, boom, 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 intro music, yeah. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to showcase the top 5 worst 1.8 texture pack / resource pack, whatever you would like to call them, in Minecraft. I searched far and wide for these. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will showcase all the different elements that are within. So let's move on to number 5, the Kraft texture pack. Now at first glance you might think, oh, these blocks are super cute together. Like look, they have all the different candy types. They have like gingerbread and gumdrops, and oh, it's just so cute. Sure, these blocks might look cute now, but when you actually see them in their biomes, it's actually quite terrifying and they don't mesh well. I do have to point out that they did a really good job on the mob reskins. They look all candified, they all look adorable. They didn't do much with the magma cube, but they did add some cute purple flames to it. Overall, I would say this is a pretty good texture pack when it comes to actually reskinning the mobs, because they knocked that out of the park. So then here's lava, and here's chocolate, but the one thing I do have a huge gripe with are the armor sets, because look at this. Why does this exist? It's like they took those candy buttons and they tried to turn it into armor. And this is not cute on any kind of armor set. And then they also did this weird thing with armor sets where they don't have a helmet. Instead, it's like a weird like thing on your neck. I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't work well with the texture pack. But you know what? This texture pack did really well when it comes to reskinning absolutely everything in the game, and I really like that about a texture pack. Now, let's move on to resource pack number 4. And number 4 on the list, the Green Hill Zone resource pack. If you're a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, you might like this texture pack, but if you're just looking for a texture pack just to use, I definitely do not recommend it. Now, I'm a huge fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I think this resource pack does a really good job of emulating Sonic the Hedgehog in Minecraft. But as like a Minecraft texture pack, it's really hard on the eyes. They have very sharp colors. It's just not appealing to the eye. I also would like to point out that ores look completely different from the rest of the stone. It's very easy to find ores when you're caving, because they really stand out. And if you're gonna use this for an actual like Minecraft texture pack, I don't recommend it. They did an alright job emulating some of the enemies from the Sonic the Hedgehog series. They tried their best with what they could. There are a few mobs that aren't reskinned, like the witch or the cave spider, but you know what? I'll give them credit here. Now, this is probably my biggest gripe with this texture pack, is that they did absolutely nothing with the armor sets, and they had some very questionable choices for what they used for their tools. Like the hoe is a hand. They didn't even retexture the shovels. Swords are spears for some reason. It doesn't make any sense. And a bow is that thing. I guess that's supposed to be Dr. Robotnik's like gun or something, but honestly, I'm very confused by some of the choices they had in this resource pack. But they do win a few points back for some of these friendly mobs, because look at them, they are so cute, they're adorable. Even some of the villagers have their own unique look, as if they are characters from the infamous series. But yeah, it's still not enough to save this resource pack, and that's why it is on the top 5 list. Number 3 on the list is the Craft Boy Color Resource Pack. Now, this resource pack was put together in order to emulate the look and feel of the Nintendo Game Boy Color, and I think that the green version of it really does pull off the old school Game Boy look that doesn't have the color. But when you add color into it, it looks really weird. I don't feel like it really showcases what the Game Boy Color actually looked like, and instead you just get these really ugly looking textures. One point that they did pull off really well is they did make all of the mobs look like they do come from an old school Game Boy game. So I have to give them credit there. And the textures for some of the armor sets and some of the tools, they're alright. I wouldn't say that they're the best, but they make do with what they have. This resource pack did one thing really well, and that's that it retextured almost all of the default textures that you can find in the default resource pack for Minecraft. So props to this Craft Boy Color for doing that, but it's still not number 1 on the list. So let's move on to the number 2 spot. Number 2 on the list is the Alfsate Resource Pack. I think that's how you say it. I mean, just look at some of these textures. They are just god awful. And the sand looks more like grass than the grass does. And it's just a mess and a half. I know they were going for a futuristic kind of look for this resource pack, but it just does not translate well. The only upside to this resource pack is they really did a good job of making all of the mobs look like different aliens, which I have to give them credit for because I feel like they did a really good job of showcasing different species of aliens that you might see in popular sci-fi media. And I'll also give this resource pack credit that they did a really good job on all the different armor sets. They all look like futuristic armors. They did a really good job on some of the tool sets. They all look futuristic as well. So I say in this department, they did a good job. And here's a look at some of the friendly mobs. They did a good job, like I said before, of making all of these look like different alien species, especially with the chicken. I think they did a really good job with the chicken. It looks like some sort of bug and it lays like little embryonic eggs. So props to this resource pack for pulling that look off. But this water and this lava are inexcusable. This just looks terrible. Like, why? Why would they think that this is a good idea? Like, I understand that for an adventure map, if they needed these textures for like a certain look for a level, but why would you release this as a standalone resource pack when it's just this terrible looking? But this resource pack does not take the cake. Time for the number 1 worst Minecraft 1.8 resource pack out there. And in the number 1 spot, we have the Stacey Screams resource pack. Now you might be thinking, Dylan, this looks the exact same like the default texture pack. And it is, but the creator of this resource pack, which was J Wing Wang Wong, or Mr. J Wong, as you'd like to call him on YouTube, decided that it would be a great idea to replace every single sound in default Minecraft with an infamous Stacey Plays Scream. Now listen to that. Jay Wong thought it would be a good idea to take all the different Stacey Screams and turn almost every single sound in Minecraft to a Stacey Scream. This just hurts my brain. It hurts everything. Like, oh, Jay Wong, why would you do this? This definitely takes the number 1 spot for the worst Minecraft 1.8 resource pack that is out there on the web. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this top 5 video. If you did, please leave a like down below and please comment down below on the worst resource pack you have ever seen in Minecraft. And I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. And until then, stay awesome, stay beautiful. Bye-bye.
Outro music. Ba, ba, da, 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 da. Outro music that sounds somewhat similar to the intro. Ba, na, 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 na. Yeah.